Liberator? I hardly know her.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm revisiting Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter. This is a colorless commander that plays lots of cool artifacts, a couple Eldrazi, and a whole lot of lands that tap for colorless mana. If you haven't run into Urza's Battlethopter before, it's Flash, and he gives your other colorless spells Flash. If you happen to flash out something that costs more than his power, well, bam, you know what you get? A +1/+1 counter, which is fantastic because you have a flashy flying growing threat called Liberator. This means that we're definitely looking to play things out, sometimes on our opponent's turn, holding Liberator so we can get it out on their turn, dodging counter spells, and of course, hitting their face with Liberator. This is a bit of a tricky deck to pilot because it's colorless, which means you have access to a pretty limited number of abilities. You got artifacts, you got some ramp, and then if you manage to get to 8, 9, 10 mana, you have the big boys. Oh, do you ever? You got big stuff that takes out all your opponent's things, gives you a major advantage, and of course, you know, hopefully wins you the game. I would say the key card in this deck, though, is Forsaken Monument. If you can get this thing out, especially ahead of curve, you're golden, assuming it doesn't get immediately removed. Doubles your mana, buffs your creatures, gains you life. Forsaken Monument is the card for colorless stacks, but you have to get there first. So we have a lot of ramp on 2, some on 3, a little bit on 4, and of course, we got the big boys that we're ramping into. So we're going to take Liberator into the queue, and we're gonna pop at our opponent's face. Admiral Beckett Brass. She's a pirate who hangs out with other pirates and steals your cards. Which is tough for me, because pirates tend to be better than the artifacts that they're looting. I have a Filigree Silex that I can get on turn 2 and start ticking up. Scrapyard's cute too, since it lets me turn cards in my hand into lands. I really need them. Arcane Signet. Let's bring this out and start ticking it up. Oh, never mind. I spell pierced my Silex. Like a brass. Why would you do this? Sword of Fortune Frontier! Ah, protection from colors that my deck does not have. I'm going to bring out the Crystalline Giant, or Mecha Godzilla, because having this down first means it's going to start rolling counters! An heuristic study. Ah, man! Question, where's your pirates? Yeah, pay the one. Yar, where be your pirates? Cold Steel Heart, more mana. I kind of want more mana too. See what we get here. Cross and Grip sounds pretty nice, since I do not enjoy playing against that thing right there. I think I can drop the Zenith Chronicler. Like, it'll get me a card when they cast Brass, but just hit and face. We got Death Touch, Trample, Lifelink on this bad boy.
Do you pay the one?
Hey, a pirate! Look at that! That changes things a little bit. I'm going to swing in, hoping that they choose to block. Okay. It happens. I'll pay the one. And we're holding our friend Liberator. No more asking me if I pay the 1. Okay, here comes Liberator. Oh no, not my commander. He's a 3-mana 1/2. He can die. I want this Mecha Godzilla. Oh, I got lightning bolted. Curses! Well, fine. You like paying the 1, eh? Have a load stoled golem. Get a load of this! And I'll give myself protection too, because, I don't know, this lets me draw cards starting next turn. I like that. I like the drawing cards part. It's good. Yeah! Non-artifact spells cost 1 more. What are you gonna do about that, Miss Pirate? Take a look at my hand. You can't. I have protection. Give yourself a stick. Okay, I guess you can do that. I will draw a card. Looking at which lands I have here. Gain some life. Go to combat, swing in. Two to activate, right? Cool. The golem does look like he's dabbing. Roaming Throne. I love Roaming Throne. And yes, you are a pirate. Is Field of the Dead legal? Not in this format. They're taking me down a notch. I just want to make sure it's not tapping Draenith Ruins. It's not good. Because we're going to use it to put 2 +1/+1 counters onto Liberator. Ta-da! Ooh. Yeah, okay. I have fewer than 7 cards in hand. I'm doing this now so I get more damage. And our opponent's leaving because I have a Kozilek, the Great Distortion. That's fair. Good game. Jasoth, Sun's Avatar! Hits your face and gets a bunch of dinosaurs. Hi there, Jasoth. It's got Vigilance, Trample, Haste, and it really is just trying to hit you. Get a bunch of dinos into play. Probably going to be a lot of ramp and other cool dinosaurs in this deck. Kept a hand that has ramp, but it's a little slow. Just a little. I was asking if I want to use my detection tower. There's nothing for me to detect, game. There's nothing for me to detect. Palladium Mirror. Hopefully it is not countered, destroyed, or otherwise taken out. Ta-da! Look! I tap for 2 colorless. That's enough to get a Karn out. Watley, Poet of Unity, gets them a land. Just bring this out. Bam! Karn. He is on his own of 5/5. Next turn, possibly a 6/6. Naya is pretty good at destroying artifacts and enchantments, but it looks like they didn't have any yet. So that's good. That's good for me. They can play extra lands, so they did. Thunderherd Migration, revealing Pugnacious Hammerskull, another big cheap dinosaur. Does that leave them... If they have a land next turn, Jasoth can come down? No, they're at 6, not 7. So they need 2 lands for that, because they can play 2. Alright, so we float 2 colorless mana here. Wow, we are not good at drawing lands. Considering Liberator into Cosmos Elixir. More likely 1 ring, since they could attack us next turn. Liberator while we're floating the mana, passing through the turn. I can technically attack with this since this can't block, but I'd rather leave it back. So I did the Liberator on my turn, though, because of the floating mana. Ooh, Earthshaker Dreadmaw will draw them a card. Wandering Archaic, the 5 cost? Yeah, but that requires them to have cast it. Pass the blockers. No thanks. If we want to blow out that block, we would use Chief of the Foundry. Leaves me with 3. Discounts these spells by 1. Nice. I would like a land. Thank you. Going to the backside, making 2 dinosaurs, and then a bunch of other stuff happens. Get mana, tutor for dinosaur, double strike. Let's draw some cards. Draw them up. Rolling Baron, Stranded Ruins. Invasion of Ravnica. Can't be using this mana. I am going to hit the Roar of the Fifth People before it gets to its next chapters. I don't have to use this mana right away. It does carry through turn. I'm going to flip this. Cast the Masticore. Have a good time. Maybe even the One Ring. Draw some cards. I guess win the game. Nice. Okay, sure. Mythweaver Pock. It doubles your lands when they enter the battlefield, but only once each turn. But it can double more than 1 land. It's a really nasty mono-green landfall ramp commander that, if you like that as an archetype, you should probably give this a try. I do wish I had a bit more ramp in this hand to kind of deal with their ramp, but I think that this is okay. We have Liberator into turn 4, Cosmos Elixir, or to Solemn Simulacrum. I guess I can just hope that I draw something on 2. Oh no, my 1 planes! Leaving me very vulnerable to beside you. Since this is there's the only reason there's a planes in this deck. By the way, you can't do this in Commander. You can do this in Brawl. It's in case we get beside you. Because our whole deck dies to beside you. Okay, not all of it, but most of it. We scry! That's a portal. Good, not what I want. Fabled Passage coming out. They are safe to play Pock, so typically when you're playing, you want to hold this back. Because if it gets removed before you get value out of it, that kind of feels bad. But they know my deck isn't going to have much removal because it's a Liberator deck. And we only have access to slow, bad, and silly removal. Like Invasion of Ravnica! Gonna double that Cavern of Souls. What are you gonna name? Kitty Cat? Druid? Beast? Beast? You are a beast. Wastes are a basic land, but they're a basic land with no types. And since Beside You gets a land with a basic type, well, yeah. Also, Mythweaver Pock is a 7/7. Because of course he is. Help me! Oh, hey! Did you pour my tea for me? Thank you, I forgot. My partner's the best. Sometimes I start heating up some water. And then I forget the rest of the whole, like, getting the tea part. What's she doing with all that mana? Nitha? Whatever, I'm just gonna do this so I don't have to think about it. Bam! Solemn Simulacrum. Get me waste. Oh, it's a city skip leveler. You should hit the Solemn Simulacrum.
Oh no.
Well, the good news is that actually does ramp me. I have one piece of removal that can hit next turn. And I think I'm pretty much just forced to use it on the leveler, using Invasion of Ravnica. Draw a card. Detection Tower. We'll probably die to Pock anyway pretty soon. They have lethal this turn, animating a land and swinging in. If they take additional game actions, I will press the concede button. Yeah, dude, you have lethal. Don't do that to me. Perforos Bronze Blooded gives you a little bit of a sneak attack and haste for all your creatures. This is not a crazy good hand, but I'm gonna say it's good enough because it has a Worn Power Stone in it. Perforos, as I said though, big, red, and a god. Can't attack unless your devotion's high enough. For 3 mana, can cheat out a creature, have it attack in a turn, but it does get sacrificed, which is still probably fine, as long as the creature is big and scary enough. Red. Hi. Nice Theros land. Appropriate for their commander. Pay X equals 1 for the Hangerback Walker. They could play actual sneak attack too. They could, because that got added to Arena. Aw. Well, at least I got a 1/1 Thopter. I can block with that. Actual sneak attack puts back into hand, right? And there's also like Ilharg that brings things out attacking and then puts them back in hand. Choices, choices. That's what they've got. Big and red. That's what they've got. So now we have 5 mana for next turn. Cold Steel Heart. I'm gonna play Lodestone Golem to make your make your non-artifact spells cost 1 more. Because I'm scared. Uh-oh, they found a land anyway. I'm going to sacrifice my Thopter and turn it into a 4/4. Retrofitter Foundry strikes again. So that gives me 9. And life, so that draws me cards. It's gonna also give me life. Let's see if I can get a Death Toucher here. Get a bug! Bug. First strike. I wonder what they're gonna sneak. Kept a land with lots of ramp and a little removal in it. Ilharg! Hey! And Ilharg sneaks in. Terror of Mount Velis! I guess I'll prevent 3 of those big damages. And draw a card. Big trample. Nice. And they can do that again next turn. Can I kill them? Yes, I can. The Immortal Thing gives me +1/+1. And that's all I needed. GG Perforos. Yuri, Master of the Review. And a sacrifice commander. Waiting for all those things to get sacrificed to grow their commander nice and big. So when it dies, it smashes your face for lots of damage. Hey there, Yuri. I scry. They said hi. Hello. Do I want to land? I will not take a land. Hi. Hi there, Yuri. I'll play some tapped ramp. I get to choose a color here. Let's choose black, just so we can feel cool. I want to be a Rakdos deck like my opponent. Hey, Crucius. Crucius will get them treasures and filter their cards. An Inspector. Boop, boop. Playing cards. I'm an artifacts deck. Can you tell? There and back again. Ooh, cool. This can make a lot of treasures. But first, Smaug. I will not block, thank you. Suppose I could offer them a trade. The mana just works out better if I do this. But this is what I'll do. Wormcoil Engine and a Maze Mine Tome. Aw, Ginger! Nah. I get a mountain. It comes into play, untapped. By the way, this can get dual lands. It doesn't have to be a basic mountain, just a mountain. Nice. Now when they sacrifice things, or when things are automatically sacrificed, like this Saga, they'll get to ping, and this will grow. Orblin Bombardment, eh? That gives them a way to sacrifice Smaug and make 14 treasures and possibly kill me next turn. So they can sacrifice Yuri. Yes, they have lethal next turn. That's terrifying. Well, in we go. Try and gain some life. Going to sacrifice this for the ping thing. Alright, they're going for the Foundry Inspector. In response, we bring out the Chief. Wormcoil Engine doesn't go through, though. So, hey, Smaug. Yuri. So the thing that kills me here is the combination of their ability to kill Smaug and the treasure tokens, which I super respect. Let's see if they do it. Commander goes bye-bye. We say, good game. I will let them go through this, this finisher, because I think it's pretty original. You know, I haven't run into a Smaug that kills himself for our entertainment anytime recently. Wouldn't that be nice? Ah, beautiful, beautiful mana. I can also just sacrifice Yuri soon. One more. Do you want to use Yuri as the finisher? I think you should. No, there's no way to make this go faster. All these triggers have to be done in sequence. And that's game! GG. Verazol, the Split Current. A kicker commander. Cool, I haven't seen Verazol in a really long time. Verazol gives you the option to double kicked spells by removing counters. So you have like a mix of +1/+1 counter stuff, ramp for Verazol, and just more. Have fun! I liked Verazol. At the time this was printed, we had very few kicker cards in Arena. We have a few more with Dominaria United, but they have to be exactly the color pair of green and blue, or just be green, or just be blue. Otherwise, they don't work. Just keep ramping, just keep ramping. You might be thinking, Amy, why are you not slamming down your Liberator? It's because I want that Forsaken Monument down, so we can get down this Ugin. Or maybe just the Ugin next turn. This card rules. This card rules. They both rule so much. Cool, I got a land. Here's Ugin. And here's me destroying your commander. Nice. Gives me a big old discount so I can flash out Liberator. And I will get Forsaken Monument and maybe a Ulamog.
Lemos.
Hi, Verazol. I'm Liberator. Ta-da! Klein. Okay, so we want to tap for color. Tap for color. Double checking my mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. To make it so my colorless sources here, I'll tap for double. You can technically do this at any speed, but I want to do it before they untap, so we're going to exile this and that, and we win the game. Because Forsaken Monument is a silly card. Very silly. Admiral Brass, Unsinkable, the stronger version of Brass, the scariest version of Brass, and a really, really, really good card. I'm going to keep this, but we have to watch out because this is the reanimating Beckett Brass that is just so much value on its own. It brings pirates back, makes them bigger, stronger, and faster too, like actually. She makes them into 4/4s with haste. Why? I don't know, but it's really scary. Hope Gariper, I don't think I need to be stopping them from casting non-creature spells. It's a free booter. They can only boot this, but it's definitely worth booting. We can either go for Liberator, the Drone, or the Thought-Not Seer. I'm gonna take a look at your hand. See what you got. Burdened Aerialist, Max Tregy, Marauder, Buccaneer. None of these are really the things that I need to be hitting. We'll hit the little flyer there. Burdened Aerialist. Sometimes it flies. Are they swinging in with the booter? Sure are. Cavern of Souls. We will name Thopter. That's our commander's type. I think I'll go for the Masticore. So the Masticore has kind of a ticking timer on it. It has First Strike and protection from multicolored. But to keep it around, I have to discard a card each turn. But that card discard is removal. Currently able to hit things like the freebooter. Unfortunately, anything I kill will come back. Oh, well, and good news. They decided that conceding was the correct option because they failed to mill anything. I mean, they could just use their things, block, and then do it again, but nah. They chose death. Short game, but a good game. Nethroi, Apex of Death. Reanimates things from the graveyard based on their power. We've got some nice ramp here. We've got a little bit of card draw. And I think this is very keepable. We also have a growing threat, since I don't actually think we need the ramp, unless I really want to get this Cosmos Elixir down on 3. Since we're going first, we'll start with the Scry. That's the one ring. I am now going to go for that Mind Stone on 2. I want to set up all these card advantage engines on the next turn if I can. So they Bajukaed my bog. How dare you, Bajuka my bog. Yes, we do have matching avatars. Nicol Bolas versus Ugin. Start with the Cosmos Elixir. It's going to scry for me. Also gains its life. Next turn it should be drawing us a card unless we lose some life. So I think I'm going to sneeze. We'll see. Opponent gets a land, gets a thing that costs 4, and I... sneeze. All according to plan. I will play the Patchwork Automaton. Since we want this down before Liberator. Do it in the other order, but I want it like this. Oracle lets him play extra lands and play him off the top. Oracle of Moldiah finds the Temple of Milady. Oh, Galta! That's pretty big and scary. Yep. This order means we're getting fewer counters. I just want to take out that Oracle while I can. I'm doing this on my turn because... they grow. Oh, it's the same number of counters. Perfect. Bam. A little bit of colorless aggro. Drawing a card off our Cosmos Elixir. Perfect. They don't have enough mana for Galta. Oh, but they have protection! That's an indestructible artifact, too. Well, we've got one as well. I'm gonna use the Celestus here. Grow this. I'm going to turn 3, 4... my Mycosynth Garden into a copy of Cosmos Elixir. Now I still have mana up for the One Ring, since we're discounting. And I'll draw 2 cards now instead of just 1. Turn my land into a card draw turn. That's good news. Yeah, that's the 1 ring. This is the 2 ring. Delta costs 8. This is a 7th land, but it's coming in tapped. Boop. What's happening? I see the taps. I see the tippy taps. Oh, Field of Ruin. On my Buried Ruin? That is fine with me. The Bonder's Enclave was more card draw. So just grab a Waste here. Oh, and by the way, if somebody's asking about the 1 planes that's in here, I'm gonna flash this out while I still have mana and can still flash things. Draw a card. Ooh, Mystic Forge lets me play off the top of my deck. Sounds fun. Let's do it. Just draw the card that's on the top. Ooh, Wandering Archaic. It's going to copy some things. And I'll move the land off the top since I already have plenty of lands here. Yes, right, the plains. I was going to mention why I have the plains in here. The answer to that is a kind of cheeky one. There's a plains in this deck because we kept getting hit by our opponents beside you. And when you channel beside you, it allows your opponents to search for a land with a basic type, which can include dual lands, but it does not include wastes. So I have one plains in here so I can search for it in case we get beside you. We can technically proliferate their One Ring using Karn's Bastion. I don't have one of those out right now, though. Ooh, a Retrofitter Foundry. Spit that out here. Drawing cards. Oh, I can do that too. I don't need to, but I can. I can play our Karn's Bastion. Something cute about Retrofitter Foundry is it can sacrifice Liberator. I think it's cute. I don't have enough mana to play it, but I do have enough to draw it. Using this or this. Let's draw it off this. So yeah, bad news. I already have the plains in my hand, so... guess we could decline so we don't shuffle, since Stonecoil Serpent's pretty good here. It's like we knew they were gonna have one of those. Shame. I'm a little worried about what Galta is going to bring out here. I'll cast the Nothing Burger for free. I want to get things out of my hand, so rather than using the flash, just play some things out here. Great. I guess we could probably order these. Couple too many cards. I'll drop Ghost Quarter and the Plains. The Plains that betrayed me! I have 3 mana up here if I want to throw down the Stonecoil Serpent. See if they have attack in here. So far there's only 1 creature in their graveyard. Like, Netherite, what are you reanimating, girl? It's Galta time! Oh, Grizzlebrand and Hoof. It is quite a bit of damage, but we're not in a bad spot here. So we're going to do X equals 3. Liberator gets a little thicker. I'm actually going to use this Retrofitter Foundry to sacrifice Hope of Girapur. Put myself a sweet little 4/4 on the ground. Block that. I don't need more card draw. Prevent 3 damage. Lose another couple life. Oh, worm. We're going to want to play this on our turn since it triggers at end step. They also played a Netherite instead of mutating. Well, they didn't have anything to mutate onto. So, like, I get it. Pass to the end step! I want my scries first, please and thank you. Since we discover 5. That's a land, so we wouldn't get it anyway. Would have been cool to have it before, though. We don't hit that on the Discover. It costs too much. All right. They just drew a lot of cards. Aw, boots! With the fur? Perhaps. Cracking a Fabled Passage? You sure got a lot of big, expensive things here. So far, like, Nethroid can't reanimate this. I guess you could if these were in your graveyard. Okay, Verdant Rejuvenation is not my idea of fun, but I'd like to cast it for free, so I'm going to flash out this Wormcoil Engine first, so I get a higher hit on it. They're still going to hit more than me, because they get it for X equals 8. Oh yeah, we copy that spell. What did we get? Ah, a whole lot of garbage, huh? Not Seer. No, it's a reanimation deck. It's a really weird one. I don't know why Nethroi is their commander. Let's see what they got here. Fall of the Thran. Oh, the Thran. They have a Sarah's Emissary, so I can't block anything. And I guess I lose? Weird game, but sure! Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars! As always, if you'd like to catch this live, come on over to twitch.tv/Amazonian, where I stream almost every single day. And if you like the deck list and you're thinking, yeah, I want to play some brown artifacts too, come on over. Check out the deck list. It's in the description. You can import it, and then you can be like, wow, this is terrible. And then you can add really, really, really mean cards that shouldn't exist, like Paradox Engine, because it's not actually banned in this format. Why? Great question. I don't actually know. I am so happy that you let me come back to this deck. This was actually a request. Somebody said, I really want to see your Liberator deck. And I said, absolutely. Let me make this mistake even better with some of the newer cards that they've added into Arena. Mostly I'm looking at the One Ring. Yeah, looking at you, the One Ring. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.